and they will also feed that information in. But the one, the primary one that I see recommended most often, if you want to use a host file to block bad websites, is www.mvps.org. And that site has a whole instruction on how you can use a host file, and he has a host file you can use. And there's quite a bit of other information in there about how you can protect yourself, protect your browser, protect your computer from known bad websites. And that's under the Malware Prevention Advice and Resources. And again, like I say, we're seeing more and more software applications also adding some kind of blocking in their programs. The only problem I see with it right now is that it can really slow down your browser.
Which one was that?
mvps.org.
The fourth one down on the last page.
Blocking unwanted parasites with a host file.
Why do I not? Oh, I see now. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, it's on the last page.
That's right in front of me.
He is also Microsoft MVP, and he's been doing this for years with his host file. And it's one of the most. There are some others too in some of these security sites. If that's something that you're interested in doing.
Yeah, CERT's very good too. We get the email. We can subscribe to email alerts from them.
Yeah, there's just there's some great information out there. You just really got to be careful of the fake stuff. Like, how many of you run across a file and you want to know if this is in? You run across a file on your system, and you want to know if this is bad or not. So you get onto Google and you click in a file name. Let me tell you, those Google searches are going to come up with some hokey sites. They're going to lure you in and say, yeah, we know what that file is, and we tell you how to remove it. But
install this.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's all a lure. And they, you know, if you get to a website and you see, download this program, it'll cure your problem. Well, some of them do. Ours will. But the thing is, if you scan and it finds spyware, adware, trojans, worms, and the only way it will remove it is if you pay for it, it's probably not legit. And there's plenty of free removal tools that will download, it will scan your system, it will remove it for you for free. And again, that's on this list of malware tools and removals. And I've just given you some of the common ones here because there's some very good free programs out there even.
How would you rate the Microsoft, the malicious tool remover?
I love the malicious software removal tool.
That's awesome.
It's the figures on there that they are collecting, because this comes down through Windows Update, and it scans the computer and will remove any malicious software that's in their database. So most people are getting it if they're on automatic update.
Does it report to you if it's removing anything?
Yes.
Or? Oh, okay.
Yes, and it will give you a log
Oh.
at the end. So in case there happens to be a mistake, a false positive, yeah, you can find out exactly what that is. But that Microsoft has made a tremendous effort to provide some free tools, and that malicious software tool is one of the things that I advise people to run before, you know, as a pre-cleaning measure. You think your computer's infected, run this tool.
Plus, next year they're going to offer Moro, I think.
Yep, Moro will be the replacement for the paid version of Live OneCare, and that's very good too. They have a free scan site that's also very good, and it will pick up some other vulnerabilities. Yes.
How do you run the software malicious software removal tool for Microsoft? Does it run itself when you download it?
How do you run malicious software?
It either runs from Windows Update, which is once a month, and if you're on automatic updates,
Yeah,
and you choose Express Install,
which I do.
you get the freshest version.
And it runs itself. It just goes and starts looking.
And you won't even know it. If you don't have a problem, if it doesn't find anything, you won't hear a peep. However, there are some people who choose to custom install because maybe there's a problem with one of the updates on might require a reboot, which you don't want to do. So they included in my list is a link directly to the malicious software removal tool. You can download it. You know, if it's not update day and you think you need to run it, you can go to the site and download it and run it on your computer. And they also have the Windows Defender, which now comes with Vista, automatically installed. One of the biggest things is trying to get people to update. They might have the right software on their computers. New computers come with antivirus installed, but it's only a 90-day free trial. And when that comes up, you get a nag screen to, okay, your trial's over. You can buy us now. And what I find, and I don't know if y'all find this or not, but so many people just ignore that. It expires, and in their mind, well, I've got this software on here. Why do I need updates? Well, because every day, thousands of new malware is being released. And there's no reason not to have an antivirus program or anti-spyware. They work very well together. Just don't have two AVs on your system. That's another problem. I've seen people with load up with 3, 4, 5 more must be better, and that's going to just run down your resources to where the machine won't run. You know.
Yeah, what's nice is Bright House here. They offer you free antivirus software now.
Who does?
Bright House.
Yeah, a lot of the ISPs.
Yeah.
And I've given you three antiviruses that are very good, top notch, on this list. AVG has a good free home edition. This is a home edition. You can't put one on. Antivir is very top rated, and Avast. There are others. Yeah, go ahead.
Have you ever run into where companies that just use a security appliance outside of the system, and how well do those work compared to whether someone has it on their system or not? Because I know personally, I've had computers in the past that I never ran antivirus software on it because it bogged down the system so much. And personally, I found that malware was more of a problem than viruses. I don't think I ever really had a problem with viruses, but malware was always a big issue. And it made me wonder, you know, if people had a separate system that was set up with all this security that, you know, it's bogging down the resources on that system, if that would ever help.
Well, there are some people in that situation. They might use, I would say that's really only good for your low-risk users who have good, safe computing habits and a pretty good knowledge.
Well,
Like
what I
yourself.
mean by that is, obviously, if someone has let's say they set up a computer and it has all the antivirus and all the anti-malware, all of that, that's in between the internet and the computer that's on the inside, I would think, you know, wouldn't that give someone the protection that they need, or does it have to be on the individual system to
Could
really
do that.
have
That's kind of
protection?
a roundabout way to do it, really.
Well, there's another issue of the fact that so many things now propagate across the network. Once
Yeah.
if it ever gets inside, you're toast.
Yeah, if you've got a network.
Yeah, but it would have to
storm.
cross the same way that it would cross that initial computer. If you had all that software running on your own computer,
Well, you'd
then
almost
it's
have
going
to
to be
have,
impacting.
you'd have to have like another computer running,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just not really practical. Because the
Well, that's
appliances,
basically what I'm talking about, because if you set up a hardware firewall, you're talking about basically another computer that already has a firewall built
It's
into it.
blocking for your whole company.
Right.
As
That's
long
what
as
I'm-
nobody brings a USB drive in that's infected
Yeah.
or anything
That's
like that, you're safe.
Even
But
a CD
it's too
or
easy for
DVD.
something to get inside your firewall.
yeah.
Jim, what's the
The
difference
firewalls
between
are
a
great.
virus and malware? I mean,
Okay, malware is a term that encompasses everything. It means bad software. And we don't mean software that doesn't run, we mean software that's in our new system. And it used to be just viruses, worms, trojans, rootkits. We had rootkits. Then we started seeing the proliferation of the spyware and the adware and these fake rogue programs.